guys, Tish here and welcome back to my channel Auto Social UK. Today I'm in central London and I've been invited by Peugeot to take a look at a very exciting concept car. This is the Peugeot Inception concept, and in today's video I'm going to get to look all around the car, onto the interior, and I'm even going to play around with some of the functions, and I'm going to show you what is for now just what could be for Peugeot, but I'm going to show you the elements which might see their way into their mainstream cars. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching. And if you like new car reviews and first looks like this, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Okay, so let's start at the most obvious thing, which is of course that stunning design. Peugeot first took the cover off of the Inception concept, it looked pretty extreme. It looked like a car of the future which we all had dreamt about. But moving into the present day, and with cars like the Peugeot 408 which have already gone into production with an extreme design and some very cool wheels which are similar to the ones that you see on the Inception, suddenly this doesn't look so far away from what we could see in the future of Peugeot designs, and that is a very exciting concept because, well, this looks fantastic, doesn't it? Could this be what executive saloons will look like? Could this be what the Peugeot 508 could look like in the future? Let's keep our fingers crossed. At the front, you've got this really wide, open, gaping grille, and you've got carbon along the bottom and on the inside of that grille. It really does feel very premium. This material that's used on the outside of the car actually only contains one layer of paint. Now, this is to keep the car as sustainable as possible. At the front there, you've got the light up Peugeot badge. Light up badges are something that we've seen on a lot of concept cars nowadays, and I really do hope that soon enough we're going to start to see them coming into our production vehicles. You do have those really recognisable lights at the front which are signature to Peugeot. You've got the lion scratches in the 3 design. Of course, we know that these already do feature on Peugeot cars, but could this very extreme grille be seen in the future? Let's hope so. Around the side, the wheels are pretty awesome. Now let me get a little bit closer to show you all of the intricate designs. The idea of concept cars are to show all of the magic ideas and dreams of the designers and what the future of cars could look like. But actually, these massive 22-inch alloy wheels don't look that dissimilar to the production ones that have actually come out on the Peugeot 408. You've got loads of flat edges that make them very aerodynamic. But of course, they've taken things to an extreme, and you have some extra elements which are just so beautiful. That includes these very heavy-weighted, self-leveling centre caps, which I really love, and one of my favourite bits of design on the exterior, you've got those light-up Peugeot brake calipers, which are actually finished in the colours of the Peugeot Sport Engineering. So is this what the future of the Peugeot Sport Engineering brakes could look like? Unlike other concept cars, Peugeot have released details of what they expect to power the Inception. Based on the STLA large version of the new Stellantis platform, the fully electric Inception concept is powered by a 100 kWh battery, providing a range of 497 miles, with 2 electric motors. The Inception concept produces almost 680 brake horsepower and accelerates from 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. The model also features 800-volt technology, enabling it to add 93 miles of range in just 5 minutes, and is capable of wireless induction charging. Before we take an exclusive look on the interior of the Inception, let's take a look at another design element on the exterior, and that's this screen which runs along the side of the car. This tells us whether the car is being driven autonomously or whether it has a driver controlling it. Once again, these are all just hopes and dreams of Peugeot, but we do know autonomous driving is coming. And the Inception is set up with a level 4 autonomous drive. It also will have facial recognition or something of the sorts, which will be able to set up the car and recognise you as the driver. Of course, there's no key because this is a very special car. So instead, you simply swipe 2 fingers along the window and this will open up the car without the need of a key. Now here's where things get very, very interesting. Let me show you the interior of the Inception. Of the interior of the Inception is to play around everything which is possible with an electric car, and that means you've got so much more space to work with. There's no conventional engine, so you don't have to have all of the engine up the front. You can have this really light, airy, almost living room interior. Plus, Peugeot have gone one further. As you can see, there isn't currently a steering wheel. So where is it? Well, the car is actually in driverless mode, and that means you've got this sweeping 44-inch screen that you could play movies on, play games on, whilst the car completely drives itself. But what if you did want to take over the driving of the Inception? Well, let's bring the steering wheel out. Introducing the Hyper Square by Peugeot. This is a patented design which may be making its way into Peugeot designs as early as 2026. You already thought the Peugeot steering wheel was controversial. Well, it's about to get even more controversial, especially because we know the way that people think about the Tesla yoke, for example, but there is a key difference here. The Peugeot is actually controlled by wire, so steering by wire, meaning you don't need a steering column. That is why it can completely fold away. And it also means that you need much smaller inputs to be able to control the steering wheel and to control the wheels and where they're pointing. With the yoke, you had to put in really big movements into the steering wheel. But with this, you'll just need to put in very, very small movements. You also have these circular designs which are going to work as touch sensitive or kind of gesture control. So very much like a video controller, you'll be able to move your thumbs around and this will control different systems in the car, just like you have on a standard steering wheel. Now let's talk about some of the materials which have been used on the interior. Live, laugh, allure, as I said, and everyone at Peugeot kind of cringed because it is velour, but it's not genuine velour. This has actually been used from 100% recycled polyester, and it feels pretty nice. It definitely brings an element of that luxury into the car. But you'll also see these funny padded designs as well. Now what these are is they actually inflate so that you can get an ultimate comfortable experience without using too many electrical elements, meaning they're going to take up more space in the car and you can have more of a lounge area. Despite the sleek exterior design, it is actually a 4-seater. So there's 2 seats in the back of the Inception. You've got those wonderful light bars which run all the way along the interior of the cabin. And you also have this lit up section here, which looks fantastic. On top of this, you have 2 more screens, which display things like your time and also your volume controls and various other things that you may want to control in the back. And of course, we can only imagine that these will also double up once again as TV screens, or you'll be able to use consoles back here. The whole idea is just to turn the car into a living space instead of just a car. Well, what do you think? The future looks pretty alluring, right? Peugeot will love me for using that word, but it has been so exciting looking at the future of car design. For now, the Peugeot Inception may just be a concept, but I am really excited to find out about all of the elements which will make their way into our mainstream cars. But what do you think of that steering wheel? Let me know in the comments down below, because that's definitely going to divide opinions. And what do you think of the car in general? What elements of the Peugeot Inception do you want to see on Peugeots of the future? Let me know in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And until next time, let's go.